We had an inexpensive fire pit made of thin steel. It lasted for a couple of seasons before rusting through. I wanted to build a solid fire pit for our patio that would work well and last. It turned out that my simple plan worked beautifully and became the best fire pit I've ever used. I started with ordering online a fire pit bowl made of thin, stamped steel. Why would this last when the imported fire pit didn't? Stay tuned. In addition to the fire pit bowl, I would need 33 garden wall blocks, which I found at Home Depot, and 64 paver bricks made of cement, also 4 cement pavers. The fire pit would consist of a ring of wall blocks 3 layers high. I used 4 pavers inside the ring to make sure the patio would not be harmed by the heat. The pavers were a precaution and probably not really necessary. The inside diameter of the ring would be determined by the size of the fire pit bowl. I cut 1 corner off each paver using an electric grinder so that the 4 pavers would fit inside the ring. Then it was simply a matter of placing 3 layers of blocks spaced with gaps of about 4 inches. This allowed for airflow under the fire bowl, which would avoid too much heat buildup. Then 3 layers of bricks, also with gaps. The gaps between the bricks would assure a good supply of airflow to the fire. The difference between the width of the bricks and the blocks provided a ledge for the fire bowl to rest on. I lied when I said I started by buying a fire pit bowl. The truth is, I bought 2 at the same time so they would be identical. This is what made this fire pit self-extinguishing. The second fire pit bowl, turned upside down, made a perfect lid. I drilled a hole in the center and added an eye bolt to make a handle. The fire pit worked beautifully. The raised brick wall was perfect for resting a skewer to cook hot dogs or marshmallows. Then, when we were ready to call it an evening, I simply lowered the matching lid, making an airtight seal. Now, deprived of oxygen, the fire went out quickly, preserving the remaining wood and charcoal for the next fire. The lid also kept the fire bowl dry, which meant it would last for years without rusting. How did I empty the ashes out of the fire bowl? Check out my video on the perfect ash scoop. I built this fire pit for the patio. It would not belong on a deck. This is a little embarrassing because this video is sponsored by my product Deck Protect, which is designed for using a fire pit on a deck. Despite the nature of my business, our deck was simply not big enough for a fire pit.